So again, we're looking at adjective clauses and the words that introduce them. These words are often called relative pronouns. And so a relative pronoun introduces that relative clause, especially as we see in number 1 and number 2, who, that, and which. Whom is also one of them, but that word is becoming a little outdated. We don't see it very often. Usually it comes as the object of a verb. Or when we're describing the object of a verb, that's a person. Okay. So real quickly, who and that can be used to describe people. That and which can be used to describe things and places. And so I always tell people, if you're not sure which relative pronoun to use that, because it can be used to describe people, places, and things. Mostly I'll probably use who when I'm talking about a person other than that. We can see some of other ones when we want to describe a time. So here, I will never forget the day. And if I wanted to describe the day, what day? Well, the day when my team won the soccer championship. And so here, where, it's followed by the subject and a verb. Paris is a place. Now, what kind of place? It's a place where you can see old buildings next to a modern office. Luis Ravelo, here number 5, the word whose. Whose, the key here is that this is used to show possession. Belongs to someone. So Felix Gomez, whose ears are permanently swollen, used to be a bad boxer. So whose will always be followed by a noun. So whose is always followed by a noun. And we're describing the ears of Felix Gomez, whose ears are permanently swollen. Okay. And then we can have a quantity word, such as one of whom, several of whom, if you're talking about people, two of which, if you're talking about things. And then sometimes we have adjective clauses that modify the whole sentence. So here's a complete sentence. His dog had 4 puppies. That's a complete sentence. His dog had 4 puppies, which made his tiny studio very crowded. Now, this is not describing specifically his dog or the puppies, but in total, his dog and the 4 puppies all made his studio apartment very crowded. Okay, so again, these are everything. Yes, it's modifying the whole sentence. So again, in the next example, Nella studied all night. That's a complete sentence. Now, this adjective clause, which made her exhausted all day today, it's not specifically talking about how she studied or when she studied or who studied. It was the result of that sentence, that she studied all night. So in this case, the adjective clause can modify the entire sentence.